And that's what keeps that in place, right? And then when you get to the top and you're done building your wall, you glue this, put your cap on it, and then that locks everything in place.
This has like what we call Techo Bloc technology. So it's actually like a two-part epoxy like finish on there. It's super durable. It helps make it like scratch resistant and also like super stain resistant. You could dump coffee on there, ketchup, mustard, wine, oil, whatever. Like it just won't penetrate the surface. Which is super cool. Yeah. And then we also there's different products that have that technology as well, like slabs and caps and all sorts of different stuff.
And the process to install it, will you offer training or something like that?
Yeah, there's nothing really to it. Like the pavers come just as is with that coating already on it. So I mean, it's essentially laying pavers. Yeah. Which is really cool. Funky, I was like, man, that's thinking outside the box. Yeah, super ridiculous. Just because of how like this giant white space it comes with, it would be too fragile.
And this is made here in the States?
Yeah, actually that one is. That one in particular, I think is made actually in Pennsylvania.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So normally you'd have to splice the wires, right? This means you don't have to splice anymore. It saves you a lot of time. There's dielectric grease inside there, so when I push down onto this, there's basically silicone that comes out. So all I do is I'm going to take this as a little guide that goes over the wire. Right? It just helps me. It doesn't matter which way I go. Polarity is not an issue. And then I put the guide over it, like so. And then I just want a secure connection. So I want, the prongs on either side of the wire. And then if I'm putting this down, even if I'm like all sideways, if I just twist, you'll hear the clicking, and I'm flush, fully flush mounted, ready to go. And then all of our fixtures have these leads coming off them. So I just plug it in, my light turns on, I'm good to go. I like to do this all hot. This is our transformer. So I just have the transformer plugged into power. I run my low voltage lines. These are all quick connectors, so it's very fast. Like those lights will come on and off when I just push this in. So I just get those in, push them down, easy to go. Nice little.
best practices to contractors. And our showcases are a big testament to that. And I think contractors really appreciated those efforts. For the first time, they had someone trying to help them implement best practices and sell homeowners on dreams. It's been our role and our responsibility to educate contractors in doing the right job.
That's Charlie observing. I prefer that, but more than that. We're setting the hook, aren't we? Because now what do we get to do in a month, 3 months, 6 months, next year? What do we do? That guy! The wires you already run. Do you like the lights you have? Yeah. Anyone have lights at their house? Yeah, I would never live without lighting in my house ever again. Once you get it, you're like, that's it.
Right.
So once you just bait the hook a little bit, you're gonna get them to that next step.
Designing, selling, and building simple, profitable lighting packages. They will do some pre-design work for you guys too in your first job.
We also have a podcast. Take a listen.
There's a guy in Nebraska that I know that hired a crew lead and tried to work himself out of the field, but kept right on estimating the jobs as if he was on site every day. But guess what? His new crew lead took a little bit longer, but he kept on arguing with reality. And
I know this is 20 hours. I know it's 20 hours to do this thing.
Exactly.
I've done it for 20 years. I know it takes 20 hours. It takes you 20 hours.
Exactly.
The new guy takes 26.
And that over a 10-day job, it's a big deal.
Absolutely. It takes 20 billable hours, but I came back Friday night and I putzed around on it for another hour. And I was there Saturday morning wrapping it up for another 2 hours. So really, it's 23. It's just I sell it for 20 and I only pay myself for 20. So in my head, it's 20. And I've convinced myself of that as 20. That's why the tracking, for real tracking, is so important.
So that's the Hardscape part of your culture. Listen to some of these episodes, maybe driving from job to job. I think you'll learn something.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely helpful. Techo Pro certification. What's that, Rick?
It's a pretty big deal. This is our certified contractor program, the Techo Pro program. It's a big deal for a big North American manufacturer like Techo Bloc to recommend you on their website. Really is a great program.
We're manufacturer North America. I'm licensed, I'm insured, they check my jobs. I'm in good credit standing, boom. And they go, wow, all right. Sales is just a transfer of trust, and that's definitely gonna help it. Now, there's also benefits if you wanna use Element ingredients. You get 3 free months if you're part of the Techo Pro program.
Pave Tools also offering some discounts on tools, 15% off any suction or quickie tools, and a big one here, 50% off on their hybrid edging, one of the best options for permeable.
Open grade stone, yeah, or permeable, either one, 50% off. How do you take advantage of that? You go to our website, you click on Techo Pro, you scroll down to Pave Tool Innovators, you click on that button, you enter your Techo Pro number, and they get you a little certificate for that discount. And we also have discounts from our friends at Aquascape. And we're going to do a fountainscapes here today. I think elevated water features are something that is missing in our industry.
Also 10% off lights on your first order for being a Techo Pro contractor.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool project right there with our friend Dan Wasson, just outside of Chicago in northern Indiana. Very cool. Ooh, mix and match.
160 different options, some of the hallway, but this is great to help nail down some of those designs with your client. There are 2 scale pictures, bunch of different options. You can flip the different colors, you can bring in border options, and it's a lot easier than dragging samples around.
Absolutely. How many total permutations are there?
Oh, probably 160, 200, depending on the mix.
Mix, match, bring border banding inlet, border banding inlet. When that homeowner leans across the table and goes, I like that one, say, free! Take a picture of it, and immediately, right in front of them, text your dealer. Where are my dealers in the room? Put your hands up. Where are the dealers in the room? Look around. Thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate it. Immediately, when they pick out what they like from that mix and match kit, you text that picture to the dealer and say, hey, I'm going to need these, say it out loud. I'm going to need these samples. Can you get them ready for me? I'll call you tomorrow. What's going through the homeowner's head now? Because you did it right in front of them, right? What is it? What's going through their head? It's for real. It's happening. We're buying something. We're doing something. There are samples ordered on my behalf. Don't miss the opportunity to drag this in and then take it to the next level and get your dealers to help you. They are here to help you.
We have an add-on kit as well, so if you got one of these in the past couple of years and you need the new products, you can order an add-on kit with that QR code. that would match. Who thinks they could use one of these in their sales process? Who thinks they could use one? All right, you're way far back there, but I'm going to give it to you.
All right. Awesome. Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
If you're showing a mini creative architectural, which we're going to build shortly, you can show them that product. You can show them the new color, Cafe Crema. We're very excited about it. A very mild tone, a little more mild than we've done in the past, softer tone, the Cafe Crema. And one that really kind of surprised me is the gray nickel in mini creative, a very modern color in a rustic style wall. I don't know, that was from the surveys last year. You guys said you wanted it, so they brought it out. Let's see how it does in 2026. A very modern, really light gray, white cement in the mix. Kind of a different one. We'll see how that... our first Hardscaper challenge. Our first Hardscaper challenge. Yeah. There for you. If you're going to help people make an informed buying decision, it begins with what we call product knowledge training. So I want to show you how this works, and we're going to do this a little today, okay? Now, in front of you, you have a catalog. It's the one with the lady on the cover, right? Everybody with me? That's what I'll call it. The book with the lady on the cover. Everybody with me? The next one is the real thick book, the real heavy book. Called our spec book. I'll probably call it a real thick, heavy book. I think we're the only manufacturer anymore that makes one of these. So everything you need to build anything that we have is right here in this book. On occasion, I will ask you to grab one of these Post-it notes. The Post-it notes have my name on them. See them? Got one? Everybody got one? And a pen. You'll open up the really thick book, or you'll open up the catalog, put a Post-it note on that page, and you'll write something down. I'll tell you what to write down. We call that product knowledge training. Now again, the men and ladies in black are in the back of the room waving at us. They will do this for you. They will come to your office, sit down with our catalog, sit down with the spec book, Post-it notes, and write down why we invented it, why it's made, how it works. So we'll do that as we move through the day. Product knowledge training.
Making the right choices as well, just picking the features that make the most sense for your clients.
Yeah, meet your client's needs. So let's do a little exercise with the Techo Spec Guide. That's the real thick, heavy book. Everybody open it up to page 1.
Setting bed, and then we're going to lay our blocks out. We've also included 2 vents in here as well. This is a wood-burning fire feature, so it might be a little strange to talk about having vents in there, but that's going to supply more oxygen up and through, give a much hotter flame, and have a less smoky fire. So there's 2 different ways to build this. We could use the pillar pallets where we have pre-made corners, or with the Techo Bloc mini creative system on the left or on every single row, there's a left and right corner that you can split with a splitter. I'm going to show you guys real quick how to set that up. And we've got a bunch of extra corners too, so if anybody wants to come up at lunch or break and split one if they never have, we can do that. So we're going to line that up, clean off those blades and the splitter just to make sure there's no debris or any issues in there. Then we're going to bring the blade down a little bit, and we're not going to go in and crack it right away. So what we want to do is score it a little bit. So we're going to go up and down. We're going to tighten it down a little bit more, go up and down, just so we get a good score and a clean split on that return. So once we have a clean split, we're going to break it off, and that's going to give us our nice, perfect split corner that's going to match what's on the other side of the block.
No noise, no dust, no one gets hurt, no airborne respiratory silicates. Honestly, if someone gets hurt with a splitter, take the handle off and beat them to death with it. I mean, how would you hurt you?
So we have our mini creative wall system here. I just want to point out a couple things. Every single one of our products has what they call a dimple or thumbprint. You always want to try to install that up and forward on the installation. We also have these clips that are included in the pallet. So if we use the center channel, that's going to give us our vertical type wall. If we use the rear channel, that's going to give us our setback wall. So again, universal, this block builds everything.
Well, show them how the clip goes on the end of every subsequent course.
Yep, so it would just be installed like that, and then you would drop your next block down on top of it. You never want to pre-lay the pins and then try to lay wall.
Right, it won't curve then, and then you'll be mad at us. Don't be mad at us.
But really, this is a feature, so you don't really need the pins. It's not structural. We don't have to use it.
But we're going to glue the whole thing together, though, right, Rick? I mean, solid glue all the way out, glue boogers sticking out of the face. Just lots and lots of glue, right, Rick?
No. Maybe a little bit on the cap if you have little kids that might want to jump on top of it or run around, but no, we're not going to have to worry about that.
You do not need to glue these things together. This is a 2,200-pound feature in the landscape. What's gonna knock it over? A car in your back? What? I don't know. It's fine. A little bit of glue on the cap and you're done. Are you with me? Shake your heads, yes, it's easy.
So we're using our Piedemonte cap on top of this. This has our clean block technology and an anti-skid agent put in it as well. So any ketchup, beer, wine, anything spilled on top of this, it's simply going to wipe right down over time. So we always want to make sure the lip of that fire feature is on top.
And by doing it this way, that insert won't go all the way to the bottom, and again, we'll get good air circulation in through those vents.
Okay, so you have that installed. We have a couple lights installed from Inlight onto our feature as well, and we pulled those a little bit away from the face so we get some good spread on the light. So we're going to turn those on right now. We have those there. Okay, looks good. One of my favorite additions to the fire feature is this windscreen right here. So again, this is wood burning, but it gives you a lot of aesthetic benefits on a fire feature. So you can see that flame definitely kind of bounce off that glass. Really looks amazing.
And again, air circulation creates vacuum, bringing in nice, cool air into that air. What are we missing?
The fire. Let's light it up here real quick, guys. Let's light it up. Yeah.
Come on, that shit's fun. Give these guys a round.
This is different than this one? This is different than this one? The one is... No, this is this. This is this. That's the one? Yeah. That's the whole way.
We do it on this one.
Excavator or by hand? By hand, like this one here. There's down in the place. And down and go. Yep. And if you're going up against an existing piece, if you take that, against an existing piece, essentially you're going to hit it. And it drops into play.
It is no easy to unlock. It is safe like that.
Yeah. It is? Yeah.
What's the cost for something like that? Who sell them? Only you guys?
Yeah.
You should get, if it hurts a little bit, some of that triactive. Yeah, triactive like a man, lift the block.
Too soon. Too soon.
But you don't use the tools. There you go.
We're using the BL100s to install this. This is an awesome tool. It works for our Brandon and Raffinado block. And what this does is actually adjust to the different size blocks. So Brandon, there's 3 different size units. This will adjust to all the different size units. And Raffinado is just one piece, so you can just adjust it to this and lift all the blocks up. I really love these tools, but Pete, I'm going to give them away to somebody.
We might as well. It's our last fucking show.
I'm going to give them away. Yeah, I'm going to give them away. All right, you can use these. I'll show you guys in a little while how that works.
This is our best SRI value cap. So if you're looking for something that's going to stay cool, the mineral white is going to have the best reflective quality to it.
I think it looks really good with this wall too. It just really complements itself well.
It's an upserve. It's not typically what would be put on. All right.
Make sure caps are adjusted well. It's like a nice clean demo, looks good. So we have our Inlight transformer, and then we have it wired into 2 of the Scope 2 lights. So these can actually adjust to uplight that feature, and this one has a filter on it. So if you wanted to tighten up that beam or widen it out a little bit, you can do that just by turning that surface.
Again, an upserve opportunity. We don't want to miss the chance using accuracy, fire-wise, best practice, like earlier.
What is Bruce Lee's favorite drink? What is Bruce Lee's favorite drink? Water! So we're going to pour that on the surface. You guys can come up during lunch and just see the way this water beats up on these caps. Doesn't soak in.
I'm sorry for the jokes. My apologies. It was a great show, but they're just not funny.
Over top of the soil, because that can clog it and not allow infiltration of water. Then we have a geotextile fabric, could be woven or non-woven. I like woven, gives it more strength, and it will still drain correctly. Then we have about a 12-inch grade of stone from there. So looking at the top, we're going to look at pitch and where we could potentially use this drain. Maybe between two structures, a house and a garage, maybe between a house and a pool. So we want to look at about a 1/4 inch of pitch on each side, making sure that water is running into that drain.
We could put a long linear channel drain in there, but that sticks out like a sore thumb. Now we need to do it with a curve. Keep going.
So we can secure it a couple different ways. If we had a dense grade stone, we could use a regular spiral spike like this, hammer into the stone to hold it in place. But if we're using a hybrid installation with clean stone or a permeable application, we might have to put in some rebar like this down into the soil just to make sure we're holding that drain in place. So coming to the pavement, we have our Industria 24 by 36 and our Squadra. We have to look at this edge here. Again, with permeable or hybrid, we could just fill this with number 9 or aqua rock. We're not worried about water getting down into there. But if we're doing a dense grade, we would want to make sure that we use some kind of a foam backer rod pushed into that joint, like so, and then have a self-leveling caulk that would be put on top of that, just to prevent water from getting out of there and causing failure on
An
it.
elastomeric joint compound. Self-leveling caulk.
So here's one of our pieces of the speedy drain, and you can see on the bottom that there's actually a knockout. There's a 3-inch knockout down here. So you would drill that out and then insert this into the bottom. That's going to catch any heavy sediment or debris or anything else that might make its way in there and make this easier to clean out.
A little bit of epoxy, a couple of screws, and you're good.
They have an app online that you can download for free. Tell them how much area you have to drain, and they're going to tell you how much drain you need and what size pipe you should have as well.
Okay, so now our speedy articulating drain is level, pitching water from the house, from the pool, into the drain. Our pipes are not level, they're pitched. We're going to want to run through that.
We have 3-inch pipes for our demo here. You can see the water running down through the 3 feeder pipes and out the bottom.
Drains level, pipes aren't. Homeowners don't know the difference. And now we've done it in style with the speedy articulating drain from NDS. Thank you very much, Rick. Everybody give him a round.
They're already pre-done, everything's made up, ready to go. All you have to do is put it together. Corners are sold separately on this, and this is 90mm, which is 3.5 inches thick. Put a couple blocks down here. Thank you, Mr. Tyler. Similar pin system as well, so this is going to drop down vertically into the block for vertical or in the rear channel for a setback orientation. But again, this is a feature we don't have to worry about putting the pins in this application. So before we put our caps on, we're going to stand up the urn really quickly. So it's vertical, there we go. And when I talk a little bit about this pump vault that's installed inside. So for winter maintenance, all you would have to do is screw this out and then take the pump out, and then when things, fall out again, you would just put it back inside. That's all you have to do for maintenance. This also has what they call an auto refill valve. So this connects to the regular hose spigot and has this small line that goes off of it on the side. This is our demo version, so it's shortened obviously, but it's very long, and the homeowner can still retain use of their hose. So it goes to this autofill valve right here, and as the water drops, this raises up and then activates a valve. So this will automatically refill that water feature if we lose any water off of it. Put that back in, and then put the cover back on the vault.
We don't have it hooked up because then you couldn't see it.
Exactly.
That's where we have it out. So
Yep. So next we have our splash skirt on here while Tyler starts to put the caps on. This is included in the kit. We just cut a square and then we cut a little circle for underneath. This is going to catch any windblown water that might stray from the feature and direct it back into the basin. So we are using our Raffinado caps. We're going to install those, and then really quickly I want to show you guys. On the bottom of this, we actually have a drip edge pre-installed from the factory in the manufacturing process. So what this does is any water that potentially would want to run over top of this cap, this directs it away from the face of the wall, so we're not getting efflorescence, mineral deposits, organic stains, things like that. It directs water to drip away from the feature. Put it in place, tighten it up a little bit. Now I'm going to squeeze back here so you guys can see the lighting from Aquascape. So we have a simple transformer that just plugs in, then that goes to a receiver so we can use the remote to turn the feature on and off. It then goes to a splitter that's going to run to our 2 different spotlights and then our accent lights that's installed in the top of the water feature to light it up. Very simple to use.
4-prong because it's color changing technology, right?
Yes, sir. Let's put our stones in really quick. Perfect. Spread that around. Let's turn the light on.
You got a light in the
Nice
top, too,
ominous
bright
blue
red.
color. Yep, there's a light in the top too. And we have to put our water in
Nice water.
because we are in the lobby of a hotel. So it's not very easy to bring water in and out of these features, so we're going to have to improvise, okay?
Everybody give Tyler and Rick a round of applause. And putting it directly into the ground. You guys kick ass. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, our worst demo of the day.